Hi boys and girls, so I'm going to be doing topic 6 review. So I'm going to start off with the first problem. It says Tess has 15 pages in her coin collector's album. Each page holds 32 coins. Tess wants to find how many coins will fit in her album. Which partial products is missing from her work? Okay, so as always, I need to do my cubes. Okay, so first I need to circle my important numbers. I have 15 pages, 32 coins. Okay, now I'm going to underline my question. It's asking which partial product is missing from her work. Now I'm going to box in my keywords. So I have each. Each tells us that we might be having to multiply in this problem. I'm going to box in partial product. That is very important. So it's asking which partial product is missing. So I definitely know I'm going to be multiplying if it's asking for partial products. Now if I look here, it already has 300, 20, 10. I need to find the missing one. So to do this, I need to make my box, my area model, my window. So I'm going to make my box. And I know that I'm going to be multiplying 15 times 32. So I'm going to put 15 times 32. So I need to expand. It does not matter which number I expand first. I'm going to start with the 15. So I have 10 plus 5. I have 30 plus 2. Okay, and then I can put my little multiplication sign in the corner because I know I'm going to be multiplying. The first two boxes, I'm focusing on the 30. I am not going to use the 2 yet. So I'm going to do 30 times 10, 30 times 5. Now when I get to the bottom boxes, that is when I will use the 2. I don't use the 30 anymore. So 2 times 10, 2 times 5. Now I can multiply. I have 2 eggs, drop them down, cross them out. 3 times 1 is 3. 30 times 5, I have 1 egg, cross it out. 3 times 5 is 15. 2 times 10, I have 1 egg, cross it out. 2 times 1 is 2. And 2 times 5 is 10. These answers that I'm getting here, that I'm highlighting, these are my partial products. Okay, so I have 300, check it off. I have 20, check it off, and I have 10. So I have this one, this one, this one. The one that I'm missing is 150, which is B. Okay. Number 2 says, Luann is practicing using strategies to prepare for her school's math Olympiad, which shows one way Luann can use partial products to find 60 times 78. So again, I'm going to do my cubes. I'm going to circle my important numbers. So I have 60 times 78. I know that they're multiplying. Next, I'm going to underline my question, which shows one way Luann can use partial products to find 60 times 78. I'm going to box in some keywords. So I'm going to box in partial products. Okay, I know I'm going to be doing the box. I know I'm going to be multiplying. And I'm going to box in one way. There's multiple ways you can show partial products, but they want one way to do it. So if I look at my answers, I notice that they have 60, they have 70, 60 again, 80, 78, 8, 8. So I'm going to try to figure out all the ways I can multiply this equation, 60 times 78. So the way that I'm used to it is I can make my box. I expand my numbers. 60 plus 0, 70 plus 8. Okay, so I know that if I multiply this, I would do 60 times 70. I would do 70 times 0. I would do 8 times 60, 8 times 0. Okay. With these numbers here, 70 times 0, 8 times 0, we know that they're just going to equal 0. Okay, so like these, I don't even really need to include because it's not going to change my answer whatsoever. They're going to be 0 in the end. So if I look at these, I'm going to write them down. I have 60 times 70, and I have 8 times 60. Okay, now I need to look which answer has that. 60 times 70, 60 times 6. Okay, A might be it. If I look at B, it has 78. I don't have that, so it can't be B. For C, it can't be it because it has 80. I don't have 80. For D, it has 6. I don't have 6. So my answer would be A. Those would be, that is one way to use partial products to find 60 times 78. Number 3 says Joan bought there are 25 postcards that cost 17 cents each. He used partial products to find the total cost in cents, which is not one of the partial products Joan found. So again, I'm going to do my cubes. I'm going to circle my important numbers. So I have 25 postcards, 17 cents. I'm going to underline my question, which is not one of the partial products Joan found. I'm going to box in my keywords. Each tells me that I'm possibly going to multiply. It says partial products, so I know I'm going to be doing the box. It says not, so I know that I'm looking for a partial product, looking for one that is not one of the partial products. I'm going to box in partial products. So now, like I said, I know I'm going to do my box. I'm going to do my box really quick. And I know that in my box, I'm going to be multiplying 25 times 17 because I have that word each right there. So I'm going to just put it up here. Well, I'm going to put, 25 times 17. I'm going to expand, so I have 20 plus 5, 10 plus 7, put my little multiplication sign. The first two boxes, I'm going to be using this number, not the 7. So I have 10 times 20, 10 times 5. Now with the second two boxes on the bottom, I'm using the 7, not the 10. So I have 7 times 20, 7 times 5. Now I can multiply. Bring down my x, drop them off, cross them out. 1 times 2 is 2. Bring down my egg, cross it out. 1 times 5 is 5. Drop my egg, cross it out. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 5 is 35. Okay, remember, again, these are my partial products. So it's asking which is not one of the partial products he found. So let me go through my answer. He has 35, 35. Check them off. 140, 140. 170, I don't see that there. So maybe 200, 200. So which is not one of the partial products? It's 170 because nowhere here do I see 170. Okay, next problem. It says there are 35 trees in each of the 94 rows of an orchard. There are 30 rows of cherry trees. All the other rows are apple trees. How many apple trees are in all the orchards? Okay, so I'm going to do my cubes. Circle my important numbers. So I have 35 trees. 94 rows, 30 rows. Now I'm going to underline my question. How many apple trees are there in the orchard? And I'm going to rewrite my question. I'm going to write it over here. It's asking how many apple trees. I'm rewriting my question because this problem is a little confusing. So it's really focusing on the apples. So I'm going to box in my keywords. Each, okay, tells me that I might multiply. And then 30 rows of cherry trees. So I know how many cherry trees are. There are 30 rows of cherry trees. And then it's asking how many apple trees. Okay. So if I look, I have more than two numbers, so I know that this is going to be a multi-step problem. Okay, so my first step is I know that there's 94 rows of an orchard, I'm so sorry, 94 rows of an orchard. So I'm going to have my 94, but I know that 30 rows are cherry, so I'm going to subtract the 30 rows. These are my cherry. Okay. The reason why I'm doing this is because the 94 rows are all the rows of trees. These are, I'm going to just put all rows of trees. Okay. This is including the cherries, the 30 cherries, but I want to subtract it from the cherries. I want to see how many rows of trees are there without the cherries, because I'm trying to find the apples. So if I subtract, 4 minus 0 is 4, 9 minus 3 is 6. So I know that there's 64 rows, not including cherry. Okay, so I removed cherry. So now I have 64 rows, not including cherry. Okay, my second step is now I know that there's 64 rows, not including cherry, and I know that there's 35 trees in each of the rows. So now I'm going to multiply, because now I'm trying to figure out how many apples there are. I got rid of the cherries, so I need to figure out how many apples there are. So I'm going to do 35 times 64. And for this, I need to make my box. And I'm going to expand. So I have 30, I have 30 plus 5. I have 60 plus 4, put my little multiplication sign. So again, the top two boxes, I'm using the 60, not the 4. So I have 60 times 30, 60 times 5. The bottom two boxes, I'm using the 4, not the 60 anymore. So 4 times 30, 4 times 5. So if I multiply, drop my x, cross them out, 6 times 3 is 18. So 1,800. Next one, drop my egg, cross it out, 6 times 5 is 30. Next one, drop my egg, cross it out, 4 times 3 is 12. And 4 times 5 is 20. So now I need to add all of my partial products, starting with the biggest one. So 1,800 plus 300 plus 120 plus 20. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0, 0. 2, 3, 4. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Carry my 1. Drop my 2. Drop my comma. 1, 2. So I get 2,240 and these are going to be my apple trees. So it is C. Okay, next one, 5. Says the librarian ordered 24 sets of bookmarks. Each set contained 20 bookmarks with different designs. How many bookmarks did the librarian order? So again, I'm going to do my cubes. I'm going to circle my important numbers. So 24 sets, 20 bookmarks. Going to underline my question. How many bookmarks did the librarian order? I'm going to box in my keywords. Each tells me that I'm possibly going to multiply. How many bookmarks? Box in sets. Okay, so I know that I'm going to be multiplying in this problem. So I'm going to draw my box. Well, actually, I don't have to do my box. I can say 24 times 20. The reason that I don't have to do my box is because I noticed I have an egg in this equation. So I can just get my egg, drop it off, cross it out, and now I'm left with 2 times 24. So I'm going to do this the standard way, 24 times 2. 4 times 2 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. And now don't forget, I got to bring this 48 back to my 0. So now I have 480 bookmarks. Number 6 says, Lauren drew a model to find how much flooring he needs to replace tile in a room that is 15 feet by 29 feet. Which product does the model of 15 times 29 represent? Again, I'm going to do my cubes, circle my important numbers, 15 feet, 29 feet, 15 times 29. Underline my question. Which product does the model of 15 times 29 represent? Okay, I'm going to box in my keywords. Flooring. How much flooring? Flooring is like everything that's covering the bottom. And so we're going to get to it later on, but if you remember from 3rd grade, that would be your area. Okay, and when it comes to your area, you're always multiplying. And then it says product. When it comes to multiplication, product means your answer. So we're trying to find the answer of 15 times 29. Now I can do my box, but if you notice, they already have it all set up for us. They have the 29 in expanded form. They have the 15 in expanded form. They already multiplied everything for us. And if you look closely, they even have the partial products here. So all I have to do is just add my partial product, starting with the biggest one. So I have 200 plus 100 plus 90 plus 45. I have 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Carry my 1, drop my 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 435. Number 7 says a school has 28 new microscopes for its students to use. The price for each microscope was $87. How much did the microscope cost in all? Again, I'm going to do my cubes. I'm going to circle my important numbers. 28 new microscopes, $87. I'm going to underline my question. How much did the microscopes cost in all? I'm going to box in my keywords. Each tells me that I'm probably going to multiply. How much microscopes cost in all? In all tells me I'm looking for a total. So I know that I'm going to multiply. I'm going to be multiplying 28 times 87. So I need to do my box for this one. I have to expand my number, so 20 plus 8, 80 plus 7, put my little multiplication sign. Remember, first two boxes, I'm using 80, not the 7. So I have 80 times 20, 80 times 8. For the bottom two boxes, I'm using the 7, not the 80. So 7 times 20, 7 times 8. So when I multiply, drop my eggs. I have 2, cross them out. 8 times 2 is 16, so 1,600. Drop my egg, cross it out. 8 times 8 is 64. Drop my egg, cross it out. 7 times 2 is 14, and 7 times 8 is 56. So now I'm going to take all my partial products, and I'm going to add them, starting with the biggest one. So I have 1,600, 640, 140, 56. Okay, so now when I add it, I have 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, carry my 1, drop my 3, 12, 13, 14, carry my 1, drop my 4, drop my comma, 1, 2. And if you notice, I do not have that answer here, so it's going to be D, none of the above. Number 8 says Jack's Landscape Service charges $78 to plant a tree. What is the total cost to plant 18 trees on Tuesday and 23 trees on Wednesday? So again, I'm going to do my cubes, circle my important numbers. $78, 18 trees, 23 trees. I'm going to underline my question. What is the total cost to plant 18 trees on Tuesday and 23 trees on Wednesday? Box in my important keywords. Total cost, Tuesday and Wednesday. So because I have more than 2 numbers, I know that this is going to be a multi-step problem. So my first step is I need to figure out how many trees there are in total. So I know that they planted 18 trees on Tuesday. So 18, I'm going to put Tuesday here. They planted 23 on Wednesday. So I'm going to do 23 Wednesday. And I'm going to add 8, 9, 10. Let me just do a different color. 8, 9, 10, 11. Carry my 1, drop my 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 41 total trees. Okay. But then it's asking, it's saying that they charge $78 to plant a tree. I'm going to box in that word That is telling me that for one tree, to plant one tree, it's $78. But I have 41 of them. So I'm going to be multiplying. I'm going to multiply 41 times $78. I need to make my box. Okay, so I'm going to be doing 40 plus 1, 70 plus 8. Remember, the first two boxes, I'm using the 70, not the 8. So I have 70 times 40, 70 times 1. The bottom two boxes, I'm using the 8, not the 70. So I have 8 times 40, 8 times 1. So now I'm going to multiply. I have my 2 eggs, drop them off. 7 times 4 is 28. So 2,800. Drop my egg, cross it off. 7 times 1 is 7. Drop my egg, cross it out. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 1 is 8. So now I'm going to add all of my partial products, starting with the biggest one. So 2,800 plus 320 plus 70 plus 8. When I add 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 8 is 8, 7, 8, 9. 8, 9, 10, 11, carry my 1, drop my comma, 2, 3. So 3,198 is the total cost to plant all of those 41 trees. It's a lot of money. And I can put my dollar sign. Number 9 says, Tori's goal is to learn 15 new Spanish words each day. If Tori meets her goal, how many new Spanish words will she have learned after 40 days? So again, I'm going to do my cubes, circle my important numbers. 15, 40 days. Underline my question. If Tori meets her goal, how many new Spanish words will she have learned after 40 days? Box in my keywords. Each tells me that I'm going to multiply. So I'm going to be doing 40 times 15. And if you notice, I have an egg. So I don't have to do the box. I can just drop my egg off, cross it off, and I'm left with 15 times 4. So I'm going to do it the standard way. 5 times 4 is 20. Carry my 2, drop it on the bottom. 4 times 1 is 4, plus the 2, 5, 6. And I have to bring this back up to my 0, and I get 600. And I put it in like this. 600. Number 10, it says Philip earns $11 an hour. He worked 15 hours last week and 25 hours this week. Which equation shows how to find how much money M Philip earned in all? So again, I'm going to use my cubes, circle my important numbers, $11, 15 hours, 25 hours. Okay, underline my question, which equation shows how to find how much money Philip earned in all? Box in my keywords. An hour tells me that I might have to multiply. I'm going to box in last week. I'm going to box in this week. Box in equation. I'm looking for an equation. I'm going to box in how much money, and in all means I'm trying to find a total. When I'm trying to find a total, I know that I'm going to multiply. Okay, so because I have more than 2 numbers, I know that this is going to be a multi-step problem. So my first step is I know that he worked 15 hours last week. I'm just going to put last W. And I know that he worked 25 hours this week. I'm just going to put W again. Okay. I want to figure out how many total hours he's worked. So I'm going to add 15 hours plus 25 hours. 5 plus 5 is 10. Carry my 1, drop my 0, 2, 3, 4. So I know in total he's worked 40 hours. Okay. Then it says he earns $11 an hour. I said that an hour tells me that I'm probably going to multiply. So I know that they're probably going to do 11 times 40 to figure this out. Your $11 times your 40 hours. Okay. If I look to see which one has that, I'm going to go through my answers. A has 11 plus 15 plus 25. They have all the right numbers. But if you see here, they're adding. If this is multiplication, which it is, I'm not going to be adding in this problem, so it can't be A. B has multiplication, awesome, but it has 15 times 11. Where is my 25? There's no 25 here, and I need that, so it can't be B. C says 11, at least C says 25 plus 11, okay? Again, it's adding, which I did do, But I also need multiplication, and there's no 15 here. There's no 15 in this equation. So it can't be C. My only answer is D. D might fool you because they have 40, and you're probably thinking, where did they get the 40? You need to have added it. 15 plus 25 gives you 40 hours.